Bricks and Minifigs is your one-stop shop for all things LEGO. Hit the link below to find a store near you.
Hi, my name's Tim Lydy. I'm the president, I guess, of the Eurobricks collab. And this year we built the most Eurobricks themed Eurobricks collab ever. This is the Lego Scala Murder Mystery Manor. And this is a 7-foot tall by 5-something foot wide, massive, absurd manor full of mayhem and murder. And using, of course, Lego Scala, the most infamous Lego something of the late 90s, early 2000s.
Such a bizarre theme. I think when a lot of people first look at this, they're like, there's no way that's Lego, but this is all Lego here, right?
Yes. Immediately they're like, it's Barbie. No, it's not. That's why we built the sign at the back, and we'll get to it later. But it is really cool. It's Lego has a lot of hidden gems from the bad times, and this is perhaps the shiniest of those gems.
So take us through kind of, I guess, the general storyline of what's going on here out front and kind of some of the buildings out here.
Yeah, so of course we enter the manor with this amazing estate, and so we have this big wall, this border wall. This was built by Brian Bonhomme, and he also designed all of the grass pattern that we replicated throughout the building. So he has this amazing border wall, and he built these gigantic trees, which we'll start with there because these are big trees, but the Scala are very large. They are like, I think they're like 8 inches average height. So, typically a Lego minifigure is very small. And so to scale everything up was both really fun and shockingly challenging. Every time you make a really nice furniture piece, you're like, this is great. And then you find out it's like 4 inches too short. Mm-hmm. So we enter the manor. We have this amazing driveway with lots of studs on there. And we see, of course, this amazing police car. This was built by Jens. He built all of the vehicles, all 3 of the vehicles on this display. And we have these Beverly Hill kind of styled cops. We had to, cheese it a little bit with some of the outfits because Lego Scala has a wide variety of 70s themed clothing. But we did, a couple custom pieces, but most of it is all official. So we have this amazing police car coming up on, Clutch the horse, being not so nice to the gardener. There's the first of many mayhem and death involved.
This is what makes this build so fun. When we get to the other side, you just start to see all the scenes.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why we liked using the Scala, because it's just so the dichotomy change of having this standard happy smiling dolls just with horrible murder was an interesting challenge for us to go. And so, of course, then we have entering the front of the manor, we have this sports car where one of our famous Scala, you'll see his portrait later in the on one of the walls. He was dancing with another lady up at the top, and maybe he was pushed, maybe he fell, we don't know, but they're shocked. Some of them might be shocked, we don't know. And of course on the top you see this crest for the Studley Manor, which is the location. Mm-hmm. So I built this center section, and you'll see the interior on the other side. But as we see the whole manor itself, we see all of these chaotic windows, this amazing height. All of the exterior designs were made by Caleb, Cheesy Studios. So he designed the windows types and sort of the trim. And then all of us builders, there were about 17, 18 of us, replicated that for each room and all 5 floors and then the attic. And so it really created this really cohesive piece that went up very quickly. This is the fastest we've ever set up a Eurobricks display. We were done in like a day and a half, and we've been standing around with nothing to do, and it's awkward.
Normally the builders from Eurobricks are always like late at night, just going to the last minute trying to get everything set up here.
We were getting better at that. There was no problem. We had like one missing chimney section, and that was the only problem with this. So it's abnormal, as is this display. So. Yes.
So then what are these 2 buildings kind of on the sides here?
Yeah, so first we have this Jens, who built the cars. He also built this amazing greenhouse. He brought all of it over from Germany. All of it completely exploded, and he assembled it here on site. So it's not one of his builds if it doesn't come completely smashed, and he's very good at putting it back together. We're not worried, but we are watching him for a long amount of time. And he also has next to that this motorcycle with maybe my favorite of the Scalas. He's just like bad boy biker. He does have like a lacy shirt, but he's got the boots and the jacket, and so the combo of just the official Scala pieces. I purchased, for the group, we ordered this one massive order from this seller in France who apparently owns all of the Scala. And I have to say, I've never been more embarrassed in my life to buy Lego than to buy a box of naked dolls from France, but it was worth it. I'm just intent on not myself leaving this hall with all of it in my possession. Someone has to have some of the Scala. On the opposite side, we have the stables of Studley Manor. This was built by Crystal, and this is all brought over from Australia. So, of course, we have in here the horses, which are official Lego. And some of them may have cut hair from kids that were playing with it and stuff 20 years ago. But they're official, they're gigantic. And the stable is just incredible. There's hay that is made from chopsticks. And we have, cool lighting, great flooring, and just there's a lot of weird Scala accessories that you start seeing, like this big pitchfork, the clothing, the cloth, and of course we have a teenage doll, which is slightly smaller than the adults, but basically the same thing.
I like the cutaway vibe too, so it's kind of the idea of you're getting just a slice into the picture here.
Yeah, so this whole display really has a dollhouse feel to it, and that's really intentional. We want to be able to look into it, and especially with the scale of the manor, it's we wanted the table is only a foot off the ground, so we want to keep it really low down and really inviting for people to come and kids to even come and look at it and see it.
Absolutely. So does that take us around to the back then?
So we're getting around, and as you see, it's a madhouse. It keeps going and going and going, and there's just so many rooms, and that sort of chaotic nature of it was what's really exciting. First, at the bottom, we have what should hopefully alleviate any questions at all about this build. The Lego Scala murder mystery.
It's laying it out there for people.
It's blatantly clear. It's clearly not Barbie. And obviously the follow-up question is, what is Scala? But we're not going to answer that. You're just going to have to look at the build. So this lettering was all designed by Crystal, and it was sort of assembled by the both of us. And, really kind of playing up the areas. We have dark Lego. We have the Scala logo replicated with bricks, and then a murder mystery sign with a lot of blood and a knife and a spyglass. On the two flanks of that, we have this cute little dog house. This is a very late addition, but we had the Scala dog. He needs to live somewhere, and he's not living in the house, so he needs to have his own place. A cute little water bowl. This was built by Lisa, and on the opposite side, by Alisa, we have a gazebo. Now, she also built a room up later in the house, but we have this amazing gazebo, and she tried really hard to make it spooky and scary and kind of dangerous, and it is very cute, but we have two Scala dolls in there. What are they discussing? Are they plotting? Yes, and we don't know it.
We have an early nomination for best hair on the layout there on the right.
I bought a lot of Scala dolls, and I bought no combs, and so it's just sort of, it's a disaster. As we enter the manor, this was the backside of the section that I built. We have the one and only staircase. This is a dollhouse. You got to use your imagination, and it's a lot of work building stairs. But we have this massive staircase with a falling chandelier. This was designed. The mechanism was designed by Brian Bonhoon. Fortunately, I didn't have to design that. I just made the chandelier. And our first unlucky victim, who maybe was killed intentionally with the scissors. I don't know. Yeah, so this room has two other rooms behind it, deep in there. We have a foyer on the first floor, and then we have above that an armory, which may or may not have a brick separator on it. And then, of course, we have some gigantic portraits on the side of the wall of the people, and, of course, most importantly, Clutch the horse. So, yes, very cool. Next to it, on the first floor, we have the kitchen. This was built by Phil and Maria of Midwest Builders, along with her daughter, Katie. She contributed a lot to this. She's she's a teen builder, and she's amazing. So this is their kitchen, unattended. We don't know where the chef is. He could be somewhere, but there is food burning, and it's kind of a problem because it's stinking, and there is apparently a squirrel on the kitchen table, eating some food. So, yeah, just an amazing kitchen, very in-depth, and it really has... They really sold that ugly 70s look. That's kind of what we were going for. It's just a disaster. It's a mess.
I love the intrigue in every room. There's something you got to look closely everywhere.
Yes, there's a lot going on. Yeah, and so on the opposite side of the staircase, we have, I call this the room of accusation. It's just accusing, and we have the fainting wine mom, and she can't handle this. This was built by Ben Z. Cerberus. He loves building space and castles, but he can do this too. He can do furniture pieces, a nice, amazing stuff.
The kind of rug inlaid in the floor is a great touch there as well.
Oh yes, he's an amazing builder, and he's so fast. He built that like 2 weeks ago, and he just like immediately goes at it. And so I'm always impressed to see what he comes up with. And he also, he worked really hard to compete to have the best looking wallpaper in the house. Everyone was just, working really hard to have the ugliest wallpaper. And he might win. I don't know. I think Pete, we'll see his later. It's pretty good too. Right above that, we have Kevin's room. This is the library study. And he has this amazing chair, this leather chair, which everyone loves so much. This is like first time I saw it. I didn't know it. Like, he didn't show me any photos, and he showed up, and it's amazing. That uses a lot of those video, the like headband pieces, which no one knows because no one buys video. So it's an amazing piece, and it looks like leather. And so he has this awesome desk as well, and that flanks from the staircase.
I think that's what makes builds of this scale so amazing, is that you're using pieces in such unusual ways that you don't see in sort of a minifigure scale build, and it just really makes you kind of look at Lego in a different way.
Yeah, you really have to change everything you think about when you're doing like a minifigure scale size thing, because every piece you're suddenly using is significantly smaller, and you're also able to use significantly larger pieces that you wouldn't have normally initially thought to use. On the opposite side of the staircase, we have the game room with one suspicious kind of like maybe not paying attention to what's going on, but she's reading a book. Maybe she's just lost in deep thought. We don't know, but she's in the game room. This was built by Christie, and it was brought all the way over from the UK, and it has some amazing pieces in there. Lots of trophies at the back, a large chess set, and some nice chairs.
It's the Eurobricks collab when the individual travel stories for each section are as crazy as the build itself.
Yes, they're always interesting, and they're always very like, ooh, I don't know how this one's gonna go. Yeah, so right above the chandelier, we have Pete's room, and this has a walkway out into the balcony on the front. And he's an amazing builder. He's super polished. He designs everything digitally first. And he has this amazing ballroom with blood stains or maybe just wine. Some people are like, that's a lot of wine, but we don't know. And he has an awesome piano in there. And so he has some amazing wallpaper in there as well, and it's just a really, really nice piece.
Those golden pieces got like the bow and arrow, what is that, like the whip elements and things for that wallpaper?
Yes, it's very, very detailed. And he sort of started the trend of like, let's make the most aggressively detailed wallpaper, and the rest of us are just trying to catch up. So next to him we have this is Elisa's dining room, which, fun story. We were setting everything up, and then I was looking at photos of it last night, and I'm like, wait a second, why is there a body under the table? I didn't see that, and there just is. We're just finding new stuff in this build all the time. And she also has amazing wallpaper, of course. This is made by a million Minecraft. Those are like furnace pieces. Oh. So it looks really cool. And yeah, it's just super unique, and never would have thought to use those pieces for something like that. On the opposite side, we have this is sort of like a game room, like a hunting game room, not the other kind. This is built by Marcus, and it has a maid in there. And there's a lot of just really cool animals on the walls, and there's some sort of weird piece. I don't even know what that is. It's like behind these owls or something. There's so many weird things in here. You don't know. And he has some amazing chairs in there and lots of elephants, which, the elephants are really nice, but when he's like, maybe the scale's not as big as it should fit with the Scala, because it's so crazy.
Is that a Bionicle mask on the table in the back?
I think that's Hero Factory. I don't even know. Okay. Oh, we're going to get roasted for that. Yeah. I don't know.
Somebody in the comments will tell us.
Yes. Above that crazy scene, we found him. It's the chef. He's one of the murderers. Spoiler, there are many murderers, but he's one of them. And he's going after the lady in the orange sweatshirt. And this is a room built by Phil and Maria, again, as well by Katie. And this is sort of like the servant quarters. It's a nice little bedroom. There's a fireplace. And the one and only hallway, which is, important. It has a great mosaic at the back. It's just another nice, cute little room where not so nice, cute things are happening. Next to that, we have the creepy doll room, because you always need a creepy doll room. This is built by Emilio, and yes, just full of creepy dolls, and again, creepy wallpaper. And the head just moved. So
It gets worse and worse the longer you look at this room.
Everything just keeps getting worse as you go up higher. This is the third floor if you're keeping count. We've got a couple more. No, wait. We're not keeping count. This is the fourth floor. I don't even know. There's lots to see. And so he has lots of creepy dolls. And of course, in the back, he's put Jack Stone. He's got some of those famous other flops from the Lego catalog.
Yes. Some from the similar era from Scala, hanging out together.
Next we have Gary's toy room, which has some, again, more flops from the Lego. There's a modular pieces. Those are like the tiniest Lego pieces that you can ever find. But he made a cute little helicopter out of it. And there's, of course, race car bed. You have to have one of those. Rocket ship bed. So lots of toys and just cute stuff. On the opposite end, we have a bathroom. So this is built by myself and has, again, one of my favorite Scala, just a guy in a bathtub. Just some soap and a disaster waiting to happen. This was not even a murder, just an accident. So
this guy's just kind of unlucky.
Yeah, it's a very unlucky manor. Of course, you've got a little laundry basket made of a basketball hoop and a large bathtub with some cheese and wine for what would have been a fun evening. And of course, those walls are very ugly. They're made of flesh. I have a lot of those pieces, and I'm like, I'm using it. We're going for it.
And what's the technique there for the water filling up the tub? How did you get that to kind of stay up?
So that's a sideways attachment of bricks. So it's pretty hollow actually on the inside, and it's way overfilled. It's just keep going. There's a lot of problems with this. Yeah. In the middle this is Caleb's room. Now he designed the exterior of the manor itself, and this is his amazing master bedroom piece. He has, of course, some Scala pillows. They have, full mattress pieces, bedspreads, and he has some pillows there, which he's very proud of because they're very difficult to get. And he has this just large bed with, really nice looking furniture, and some cute pictures on the dresser. It's very nice. Next, we have sort of a collage room, and this has one of my favorite storylines because we see this lady with a gun, and she's chasing someone. We'll get to that. This is the astrology study. The room itself was built by me, and Katie built this large wardrobe in the background, and then Jacob built the furniture pieces such as the desk and the globes. And on the ceiling, there are a bunch of constellations.
Ooh.
Because, which I actually thought this room would have been way higher, like a couple feet higher. So, the constellations are there. You've got to have to duck there.
It's good for kids. They have a nice view.
This is a very interesting build. You have to constantly look up and down on things. And as we follow the ladder up into the attic, we find that this murder with the gun is chasing our reporter lady in her amazing raincoat. Yeah, so this attic was built by Mark Larson. He built the entire swath, all three sides of it. And it's filled with lots of boxes and a creeper, lots of creepy things. And it's a bit bright right now, but I am told that this attic is haunted and that there is, in fact, a ghost, depending on what time of day you are looking at the build. So if you come back at World of Lights, there may or may not be a ghost.
Wait and find out.
Yes, wait and find out. And so it's just a very large piece, and it tops off this incredibly massive, insane Eurobricks collab. It has been a long time since we've been at this Eurobricks, so we're very happy with it.
I love the idea of taking such a niche theme like Scala and just like scaling the build up and just going for it with all these rooms. So what was the planning process like in terms of kind of how each person would build their room and kind of the model for that?
Yeah, so I initially built sort of a Technic sort of skeleton for each room. So there's lots of supports in there, and although the entire final piece is slightly leaning a bit, the foundation is maybe questionable. We might have some citations. It was really easy, and just like drop and plop, sections in. And once we had sort of the exterior design and framework, everyone just kind of ran at it. And the best thing about the Eurobricks collab is we've been working together for so long, and we trust each other so much that half the people will be building immediately and get it done, and the other half of people, we have no idea what they bring until they show up, and that's the fun of it. Just it's as much as a surprise to us as it is to other attendees.
I love that so much, and there's so many fun details for people to pick out here, and I think when the public comes through, they're gonna just really enjoy kind of like picking out those details, whether it's little weapons and things, kind of guessing what's going on, just kind of taking in the colors that you guys included here. That's so amazing. So was it difficult to get all of these Scala pieces for the build? I know you mentioned things like the pillows, I think are kind of difficult, but how readily available are those pieces?
Yeah, so basically, I placed one massive order. So I got like 12 dolls and then a whole slew of clothing and everything. So, I mean, that was itself easy, but after that, it's like, well, we kind of bought all the stock, all the good stuff, and so like buying individual pieces were difficult. It's mostly just like finding them. It's, they're out there. You can get them on eBay or something like that, but they're really unique pieces, and I think just Lego has so many different things than just typical plastic bricks, and so just having like the clothing, the cloth, the movement, we didn't actually plan out like how we were going to put any of the people in the rooms or where they were going to be or what they were going to be doing, and to find out that they actually posed really well and they worked with the rooms that we had built so much was really exciting and fun.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for taking us through the whole build. It's always amazing to see what Eurobricks does every year. It's something unique and cool every year. We always look forward to it. So keep up the great work. Thank you.
Thank you.